one team that made notable moves at the 2025 trade deadline in a selling, rebuilding way, the Charlotte Hornets. Well, at least so we thought. They made a nice trade with the Phoenix Suns, taking on Jusuf Nurkic's money for a future first-round pick. And then they also traded away Mark Williams to the LA Lakers, and I really like this move for the Charlotte Hornets. And then it didn't go through. Apparently, Mark Williams didn't pass his LA Lakers medical. The Hornets are filing a report with the NBA, so that's still TBD right now. But either way, we're going to be rebuilding the Charlotte Hornets. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? And I think we can make that trade again in the offseason because I really liked it for the Charlotte Hornets. And all I have to do is basically show the LA Lakers this. And we should be okay. And I think we should pass all the medicals. But either way, we do have LaMelo Ball. We have Brandon Miller, who's out for the year. Trey Mann is going to be missing some time for the rest of the year as well. And this team has been banged up once again. So this has been a new regime over the last year and a half under Jeff Peterson. He is the new general manager. And honestly, I like a lot of the moves they made. I didn't love the Miles Bridges extension, but I think they could play that up into a nice trade asset this offseason. I didn't love TJ Salon at number 6. I think now in hindsight, if they thought they could have ever moved Mark Williams, Donovan Clingan was on the board. Could have made some sense. I'm a big fan of Musa Diabaté as the kind of starting center. He can rebound almost better than anyone else in this league. And yeah, they got some veterans on the team. They're going to get Grant Williams back next year. You got Josh Okogie, who's been giving them some nice minutes. And then you got Josh Green. Yeah, Jusuf Nurkic for the next 2 years. Either way, they're doing what bad teams should do. They should take on bad money and then get draft capital for doing so. So Shai gets his first MVP of his career. Alex Sarr is your rookie of the year. Naz Reid, 6th man of the year in Minnesota, so he goes back to back with that award. It would be funny if 2K gave LaMelo Ball an all-NBA team. We unfortunately did not get one, which is okay. Nobody on the all-defensive teams, that's for sure. And then here's all-rookie first team. No T. Salon. Here's our rookie second team. No T. Salon or KJ Simpson. But this guy, I'm going to try to go after in the offseason. So yeah, the Charlotte Hornets are one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference. Yet again, we finished with a 25-57 record. Only the Washington Wizards were worse than us in the East. So 25 wins, basically 4 more than what we got last year. So hey, I guess that's improvement. 2 less than what we had 2 years ago. But at least we are trying to bottom out. And we're going to hopefully add a bunch this offseason. Pelicans ended up winning 31 games, and we tied with the Jazz for the 3rd worst record in the league. But what excites me about the Charlotte Hornets than maybe some of these other bad teams, we got Brandon Miller, we got LaMelo Ball. This team has been pretty much rebuilding for a while now. They had that 2022 season where they ended up making the play-in tournament, but they've been going back ever since. They traded off everybody at the 24 deadline in PJ Washington, Gordon Hayward, and Terry Rozier. So now this team is going into the new era behind Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball, which I'm still excited for. I don't know if it's going to come with Mark Williams anymore. I think that's going to be something we're going to still look to trade in the offseason. So the NBA Finals, you have the Cavs and the Minnesota Timberwolves, 2 former Utah Jazz, big Utah Jazz players playing in this game, in Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. And then you have Anthony Edwards winning it all and getting finals MVP. I guess Joe Ingles, also another big former Jazz, appearing in this game for the Minnesota Timberwolves. But yeah, Minnesota gets a ring. Ant gets a ring. First one in franchise history. All right, so it is draft lottery time. This is massive for us because we could end up with Cooper Flagg or we could end up dropping to number 6 after the lottery here. So let's just see what happens. And I'm hoping luck is on our side. All right, so let's see where we're going to finish here in the 2025 lottery. Do not make me fall to 7. All right, there we go. That is going to be the Chicago Bulls. Do not make me fall to 6, please. All right, there we go. So I think we're staying in the top 4. I'm not sure if we could fall to 5. I'm sure we can. They really heard me. So we end up with the 5th overall pick here in the 2025 NBA draft. All right, it's not the end of the world. One day I'm going to be able to win the Cooper Flagg sweepstakes. That day is not today, though. And the team does have some draft capital going forward. We have the pick from the Jusuf Nurkic trade. We have this Miami Heat first-round pick from the Rozier trade. This Mavericks first-round pick from the PJ Washington trade. So we do have some nice draft capital on the team. And we're going to keep Charles Lee as our head coach. I think he's done a fine job in his first year. All right, so I'm going to send Miles Bridges to the LA Clippers. They have some cap space they can work with right now because I believe James Harden, is he the pending free agent? He is, because he has a player option. I'm going to take on Bogdan Bogdanovic, basically expiring deal, because I do believe next year, yeah, is a team option. So it's a 1-year deal of Bogey, and I'm going to get this 2027 swap works between OKC and the Clippers for Miles Bridges, who I think wasn't going to make it through this rebuild. I think it'd be best to try to sell high on him right now, because by the time we're going to be good again, he's either going to be owed a new contract or may not be as good of a player anymore. So, whoa, they want Jusuf Nurkic for Derrick Jones Jr.? I mean, if this is really going to make going to make this go through. I'm okay getting out of Yusuf Nurkic's expiring. Sure. If you want to do this, if you really think Derrick Jones Jr. is like a negative asset, I'll do this deal with you guys. Sure. All right, so going into the draft, we do have just one first-round pick. We have number 5, but we also have 33 and 35, so I'm going to get 2 early second-rounders as well. And to no surprise, Cooper Flagg goes number 1 to the Utah Jazz. The Wizards at number 2 are going to be selecting Ace Bailey out of Rutgers. Number 3 is Trey Johnson out of Texas. That was somebody I was going to target there at 5. And number 4, the Toronto Raptors are trying to trade with us, but we're not going to do that. They're going to take Dylan Harper. They just actually extended Brandon Ingram. Pretty decent contract. I think he got 3 years, 120. So we do have 27 offers for our pick. We could look at these. So it looks like the Detroit Pistons are interested in trading up. I'm not opposed to moving down 5 spots. Like if I'm going to stay here, I'm going to take VJ Edgecombe. But I don't mind thinking about trading down in a way where I wouldn't want Tobias Harris to trade down. I mean, I doubt they would give me Ron Holland. I would have to ask for first. You know what? I think we're just going to stay at pick 5, and we're going to take somebody that is rising up my draft boards completely. He's somebody that is around my 3rd or 4th best prospect in this class. VJ Edgecombe from Baylor. He's very shifty with the ball in his hands, incredible athlete, good defender, and that's what Charlotte needs. They need defense. I think Charles Lee would love VJ Edgecombe, and he may be the perfect piece to have in between Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball in this starting 5. So I'm actually thrilled about getting VJ Edgecombe. I think he's probably the next best fit for this team specifically after Cooper Flagg. All right, so I like who I got in the second round. I took Noah Penda out of France, a front court guy, could be a nice swingman for us. And then we also got Jace Richardson, one of my favorite prospects in this class. I think it's a top 15 around that prospect right now. The son of Jason Richardson out of Michigan State. Incredible scorer, good ball handler, could finish out the rim. And I think could be a nice bench option for us going forward. All right, so team player options, we're picking it up on Mark Williams and Brandon Miller and Nick Smith Jr., but not Jeffries. So let's look to trade Mark Williams now. So I don't know if I can get a swap, but could I get Dalton Connect and the Lakers 2028 first for Mark Williams? Would they do this deal? They will, straight up. So I'm not going to get the swap. The first round pick comes in 28, not 31, but hey, we're going to revisit that deal, and we completed it. So I'm going to give Trey Mann the qualifying offer. Definitely going to give KJ Simpson the qualifying offer. I think he can get like that AJ Mitchell type deal that recently happened. LeBron does not retire, which I feel like usually happens, so that is nice that that didn't. So let's look at the team right now. We got LaMelo Ball and VJ Edgecombe. VJ's immediately going to the shooting guard spot. I'm not wasting my time with that. We do have a lot of shooting guards right now. We have Brandon Miller, who I'm going to make a small forward. I don't know why he's listed as a 2. And then we also have Dalton Connect there. You got Edgecombe, Nick Smith Jr., Jace Richardson. I don't even think Bogdan Bogdanovic is going to play for us next year. You got Josh Okogie, you got Josh Green, Noah Penda, T-John Salon, Derrick Jones Jr., Grant Williams. We have a ton of depth on this team right now. I think the only thing I'm going to do is I'd like to bring back Trey Mann, but I'm also going to look to get a backup center or a starting center. And I think Clint Capella could catch some nice lobs from LaMelo Ball. So let's give him a 1-year deal. Let's do a 2-year deal with a team option. Maybe that could incline him to want to sign here. We can give him $13.73 million, and he's going to accept that. And I'm going to give Trey Mann 3 years, $40 million to come back. As James Harden says, I don't want to play with Miles Bridges. I'm going to Brooklyn. So LaMelo is a 90 overall. Brandon Miller is an 86. Capella's an 81. Dalton Connect is an 80. So we have a ton of wings on this team. I still think I want to dive into the youth movement. I don't really want to play the older guys, the veterans really that much. So I do need to release 2 players before the season starts. Not sure if it's going to be some of the veterans that are on like 1-year deals. I mean, I'm not going to release Grant Williams. I don't really know because we have like a ton of young talent that I'd like to keep around. I think we can look to maybe make a trade, and we are going to consolidate a roster spot right here. I'm actually going to be trading Derrick Jones Jr. and Bogdan Bogdanovic to the Detroit Pistons for 1 year of Tobias Harris. Not even sure if he's going to crack the rotation, but helps us not have to cut someone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade Josh Okogie and his expiring in a second to get a swap vest between Dallas and Phoenix in 2029 and Jock Landale from the Houston Rockets. Now, I got to see, do I want to cut Jock Landale, but that's also $8 million next year. I'm on the books for, but I don't really see who else I would like to get rid of. So I'm going to cut Jock Landale over like somebody like a KJ Simpson. We just got to eat that that $8 million. We're not a big free agency destination, so I don't think it matters too much. We're going to have LaMelo Ball start. I also want VJ Edgecombe to start. I do need to value some defense in the starting 5, and Edgecombe is definitely better than Dalton Connect or Trey Mann there. At the power forward spot, we are going to give some run to T-John Salon. We're going to go about 4 minutes. Now we'll do 28 to Clint Capella. We can do about 20 to Musa Diabaté. I actually don't think I'm going to play Tobias Harris, even though I probably should. Trey Mann is still dealing with an injury. So we got about 36 minutes to LaMelo, 36 minutes to Miller. We'll go 27 to Edgecombe, We'll go about 22 to Salon, 28 to Capella. Josh Green can get about 15 minutes a night. I think Dalton Connect can be the sixth man. I'd like for Nick Smith Jr. to get some minutes. And then I think to start off the year, like Jace Richardson can play a decent amount. And then we're going to eventually give those minutes to Trey Mann. So the first game of the year is at home against the Toronto Raptors. Let's see if we start off the season with a win. Nope, we end up losing by 23. I mean, luckily for us, our first round pick. Oh my God, Brandon Miller. We do get our first round pick. It should be 2 seconds now. So yeah, we do own our first round pick in the 2026 draft. We are getting offered Dyson Daniels for Dalton Connect. I don't really think Atlanta would want to do that right now. And we got blown out by Cleveland. All right, I got offered this trade. And I don't know if you guys are going to see the Bulls rebuild yet, but Danny Wolf is kind of a beast. Getting a first-round pick from the Orlando Magic for Dalton Connect, I think makes all the sense in the world for Orlando. Not going to make this trade right now, but it's something I could go back to at the deadline. Now, the Memphis Grizzlies are trying to get involved for Dalton Connect, so I could definitely get a first-rounder for Connect, who's shooting the ball very well this year. And I think the Lakers were smart. Like, that's why I like the trade for both teams. I think the Lakers were also smart to try to sell high on Connect, because usually these guys that are older coming out of college, they can wow you a little bit more out of the gate, but I don't think they have room for much growth in the NBA, kind of like we've seen in the past with like Chris Duarte or maybe even like Jaime Jaquez, but Jaime's doing definitely better than Duarte, where I think if you could trade high, you will. I just got offered Garland for LaMelo Ball. That's kind of crazy. What is going on? But yeah, we're here at the trade deadline. We're the 12th seed. We're double-digit games under 500. I still want to stay the course right now with what we have, and we do have a Brandon Miller contract extension coming at the end of next year, so this team could end up getting a little bit more expensive, but after that year, we're going to have this $14 million off the books. This money will be off the books. Grant Williams' money will eventually be off the books. And I mean, looking at this team right now, we are currently the 12th seed in the East. We are 2 games better than Chicago, Milwaukee, Washington. Like, do I trade for Giannis at one point? So there is some competition for the number 1 overall pick this year if you want to get a Debanza or a Cameron Boozer. LaMelo is averaging 27 points, 7 assists, 50, 41, 87 splits in 32 minutes a night. He's been incredible. Brandon Miller has been good as well. 45, 37, 90 splits in about 35 minutes a night. Dalton Connect is shooting 38% from 3. Edgecombe's giving me 12, 3.5, and 5 assists as a rookie. 3-point shot has been struggling. Trey Mann's been a good shooter this year. Capella's exactly what I signed him to be. Nick Smith Jr. struggling with his shot. And same thing with Tijan Salon. Lucid IB is a really good backup center, though. So I do think if we were going to trade somebody, it's going to be Dalton Connect here at the deadline. I don't mind trading him within division. So could I maybe get Ben Seraph? But then I would also want, I don't know, what's their first round pick at this year? Your unprotected first round pick this year and Ben Seraph for Dalton Connect. This I would think about. I mean, there's no way I can get 2 first round picks, right? Could we do that for Connect? They say no. I don't have many seconds. I will give you these seconds. They say no. And you know what? I would take on KCP's contract if I give you Josh Green. Hornets would acquire that. I mean, maybe we can't work this out. I mean, I could give you Tobias Harris for KCP. Does that help you out a little bit? Because that gives you some financial relief for next year as well. Can I get a counter out of this at least? I did get a counter, but I'm not moving this 26 first. But I'm also in no rush to move Connect. He's under contract for 2 more years after this year, so I could trade him in the offseason. Like, I could trade him for Jalen Tyson in a first, but I don't really think that's worth it. So I think I'm going to hold on to Dalton Connect for now, and then we can kind of revisit some trade ideas in the offseason. All right, so we finished the season with a 31-51 record. Luka Doncic is winning MVP for the LA Lakers, dropping basically a 33-point triple-double. RJ Barrett, now coming off the bench in Charlotte, he ends up winning 6th man of the year. Josh Giddey, most improved for the LA Clippers. Steph wins clutch player of the year. Do we get maybe a LaMelo Ball on an All-NBA team? I do see John Morant. I see Halliburton. And yes, joining, wow, Josh Giddey, $2 million a year. I guess that worked out for them. Cade Cunningham, ton of Eastern Conference guards, making an All-NBA team. And LaMelo Ball, 26.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, 6.9 assists. I think a big thing with LaMelo is he could really put up these stat lines. And I think on good efficiency, just needs to stay healthy, and it does feel like he's getting hurt every single year, which is kind of unfortunate. So we did see VJ Edgecombe on all-rookie first team as well, as he is someone that, like I said, is going to be, I think, a good connecting piece between LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller. And we have like a ton of talent on this team. I think like 31 wins. I mean, it's a step in the right direction. We did not make the play-in tournament. We finished with the most wins, though, we had in a regular season since 2022. Like, yeah, that team with the veterans like PJ Washington, well, I guess he was young at the time, but Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier, they ended up going 4 games above 500. LaMelo Ball was an all-star that year as well, and then they haven't been back to that since pretty much. So hopefully next year is going to be the year we're at least above 500, or we're a playoff team regardless. And we're going to have Brandon Miller continue to develop 6'7", 45, 39, 89 splits if you round up, and he had a really good year. Dalton connect 40% from 3. I think it's going to be a very good 6-man for us because I do like Edgecombe as that defensive connecting piece between Miller and LaMelo. Trey Mann also could be a really good 6-man for us. He shot 44% from 3. Clint Capella averaged a near double-double a night. Nick Smith Jr. shot 34% from 3. He's going to be a restricted free agent in a year, so we got to figure out what we want to do with him. Where's T-John Salon's development at as well? Because that's got to be something we're going to try to keep prioritizing. Musa Abedi, really good backup center. Could even start for us next year if we can't find an upgrade in the offseason. Josh Green shot 44% from 3. And then there's Jace Richardson and some other guys that didn't really play a ton. So let's see who wins the 2026 NBA Finals. It is between the San Antonio Spurs and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Sacramento Kings ended up losing in the conference finals, same as the New York Knicks. And the Spurs win in 5. Wemby's your Finals MVP, a rematch of the 07 NBA Finals. And this time, it's still the same winner, the San Antonio Spurs. So here are the notable retirements. No Charlotte Hornets, no Hornets legends are retiring. There goes Pop. He goes out on top since they did win the 2026 Finals. LeBron James gets his jersey retired by 3 different teams, and Harden by the Houston Rockets. So here we are, the draft lottery in 2026. I mean, we could get really lucky here. We have the 5th projected pick. If I could land an AJ DeBanza or Darren Peterson or Cameron Boozer, it'd be great for our development. I'm not going to get my hopes up. I was hoping to maybe win the lottery last year, and we were just so close to getting Cooper Flag. Either way, though, let's see where we end up this year. All right, so let's see where we're going to be in the lottery. We are not dropping to pick 7, which is nice. We could definitely drop to 6, so let's see if that's going to happen. And we do not. I don't know if that means we move up. I don't think so. Let's see if we're going to be here at number 5, or are we going to move up into the top 4? And that means the Charlotte Hornets have leapfrogged into the top 4. All right, we've had our luck in this lottery, in this video, and we are going to have a top 3 pick, which means we get one of the top 3 guys here in the draft, and we are going to get the 3rd overall pick. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. The Bulls end up getting number 2. The Trailblazers end up getting number 1. Hey, I'm just glad we got lucky. We didn't drop from like 5 to 7. We go up from 5 to 3. And then we also own Memphis's 1st round pick at 21. That's a swap between the Suns. That was from the Yusuf Nurkic trade. So getting the 21st pick for just taking on 1 year of Yusuf Nurkic, not too bad. And it was basically half a year because we were able to trade him last offseason. And I wonder if the Chicago Bulls, I know there's like the Boozer ties to Chicago, but could we somehow, like if AJ DeBanza goes number 1, could we make a trade for number 2 and go from 3 to 2? We have some young assets we can hopefully include in a trade, because I just feel like Cameron Boozer fits this team so much better than what Darren Peterson would. I mean, Darren Peterson's a great fit, but then Edgecombe moves to the bench, and we already have Man and Connect coming off it as it is. So let's see who the Blazers take number 1. Do they take AJ DeBanza, or are they going to take Cameron Boozer? Because if they take Cameron Boozer, I think we're just going to stay where we are. So it is AJ DeBanza. Let's see. Because I do think, like, Peterson and Boozer can be close together. Peterson is a hell of a high school prospect. Let's see what the Bulls would want for pick 2. I'd give you 3. Maybe I'd give you 21, because I don't know if I'm going to have too much to throw in. I'd like to keep Trey Mann, but I wonder if that's what it would cost me. I would give you Josh Green, his expiring. And I would give you the Heat lottery protected pick in 27, which could definitely have some nice value if they barely make the playoffs, or if they don't make the playoffs the next 2 years. That could be a nice pick in 28. And then I'm also going to give you my 2029 swap best here between the Mavericks and the Suns. So you're getting 2 first-round picks to move down 1 spot. You're getting a rotational guy in Josh Green. They are going to agree to that. Cameron Boozer, welcome to the Charlotte Hornets. I'm going to stick with this pick. We're going to select him there. And we'll see if the Bulls end up going with Darren Peterson at 3, who I think is still a great talent in this draft. Oh my God, they're trading the pick. What are we doing here? So they're going to move down to pick 5 to get another first-round pick. So they're just accumulating assets. I don't really know if I agree with that strategy with Peterson on the board. Caleb Wilson goes 4th, and they take Jaden Quintance out of Arizona State there at 5. I mean, a good player, a fun prospect. I think he's a tier below the other guys. I mean, it would be fun to get Caden Boozer as well. Kareem Lopez is on my board at 21. We could go Darion Reed, Josiah Mosley from Villanova potentially, Dash Daniels, the brother of Dyson. So I'm between basically Kareem Lopez and Caden Boozer, but I'm going to get Caden Boozer. We're going to get the Duke boys, the Duke brothers, to stay in the state of North Carolina. All right, so yeah, C Boozer 1 and C Boozer 2. Welcome to the Charlotte Hornets. Picking up the team option on Brandon Miller, Dalton Connect. For $14 million, we're not going to pick it up on Capella, but we'll see the center market in free agency. And we're going to pick up the options on Musa, Tijan, Nick Smith Jr., Penda, and Jace Richardson. So let's go here to qualifying offers. We'll give KJ Simpson the QO. I'm looking at the center market. We have about $15 million in cap space. It's Mitchell Robinson, Charles Bassey, Nick Richards. Do we bring him back? I don't mind going after Mitchell Robinson. I kind of like him a little bit more than Robert Williams, and I like him more than Clint Capella as well. So could we bring Mitch Rob on a 3-year deal worth about $39 million, $40 million to the Charlotte Hornets to be the guy that's just going to catch lobs, play some defense for us, because we're not bringing back Tobias Harris. All right, let's do that. Hopefully I'm able to keep KJ Simpson, but we are going to renounce the rights on Clint Capella and Tobias Harris, and we are able to pick up Mitch Rob. There we go. So next year, like, this team, ton of young depth, where you have LaMelo, Mann, Boozer, Connect, Smith Jr., Edgecombe, Richardson. There's Miller. Now we got Cameron Boozer. Where does that affect Tijan Salon's development? I don't think I'm going to trade Dalton Connect, but that was always on the cards. And unfortunately, KJ Simpson got another offer, so he's not coming back. But yeah, a lot of green for this young team. Our oldest guy is basically going to be Mitchell Robinson there at 28. But I'm really excited about this team next year. I think we could try to make a proactive move at the deadline if it is moving off one of these young pieces before I have to pay them. But I like where we're heading right now. All right, so Brandon Miller wants to test for agency. I mean, he's going to be restricted, so he's not leaving us. Nick Smith, like, that is a guy we could look to trade at the deadline, just $15 million. I don't know if I'm going to commit to that. And Grant Williams is just a veteran vibes guy basically now. So we are going to have some guys that are going to be fighting for minutes this year. Like, I want it to be LaMelo Ball, Edgecombe, Miller, Boozer, Mitchell Robinson. I really like that starting 5. And then we're going to have Dalton Connect and Trey Mann off the bench getting 24 minutes a night. I think I would like Tijan Salon to get around, I think, 15 minutes a night. So his minutes are going to drop pretty noticeably from last year. And then I'm probably going to give just Musa Diabetes the final, like, 15 minutes a night as well. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get Jace Richardson minutes, Noah Penda, or Cameron Boozer. I kind of wanted to play Jace Richardson. So, yeah, like, it's tough to figure out the minute allocation of this team. Like, I honestly may go, like, 13 there. I think we're going to go 13 to Tijan Salon. Maybe we go 22 to Dalton Connect. I'm fine with the front court getting 26 minutes, especially because Boozer's a rookie. But I like 36 to LaMelo, 36 to Miller, and let's go 29 to Edgecombe. Like I said, there could be a proactive trade at the deadline, but I want to see where we're at before I do make any type of deal. We do lose to Charles Lee's old team, the Boston Celtics, by 10 to start off the year. LaMelo had 36 points, I think 8 assists and 5 steals. Then we lose by 6, okay, to the Bucks. Terrible fourth quarter. Edgecombe had a nice 25 and 10 game. Wizards, there we go. Our first win on the year. Dalton Connect drops 24 points in 22 minutes. Can we go back to back with Wizards wins? And that is going to be the case. We beat them by 20 here. LaMelo had 21 and 10. There's Tijan Salon having the best game of his season so far. All right, so at the deadline, we are 27 and 23. We're above 500. We're the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference. We're about 2 games out, a game and a half out of the 4 seed. But we could drop a little bit as well. We do have a positive point differential at 2.5. Looking at the stats right now, LaMelo Ball is putting up all NBA numbers again. 26 points, 4 rebounds, and 8 assists. 1.4 steals, 51, 44, 86 splits. Brandon Miller is averaging 19, 4, and 5. 3-point shot has taken a little bit of a hit, but he's still this wing that can score in so many different ways at 24 years old. He's in our future plans. Cameron Boozer is having a very productive rookie year as well. Once Edgecomb's 3-point shot becomes like 35% a night, he's going to be the perfect piece between Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball. Love Trey Mann as the 6th man on this team, shooting 44% from 3. Dalton Connect is averaging 12 points in 22 minutes. His per 36 numbers would look even better, obviously, and he's shooting just 41% from 3, which is really good. Nick Smith Jr., 37% from 3. I do wonder if we are going to look to potentially move him at this year's deadline. There's Tijan Salon, and then there's Mitchell Robinson. Musa Diabetes is actually averaging more points per game than Mitchell Robinson, which is very interesting. All right, I'm going to make this trade with the Indiana Pacers. It does suck that we are trading away Nick Smith, but he does want around $16 million a year. And I feel like he's a little, like, he's kind of the same player as Trey Mann is for us, like this microwave scorer off the bench, undersized guard. He's even a little bit shorter than Trey Mann. I'm getting Jordan Hawkins to basically make the money work. He is a restricted free agent at the end of the year as well. Same draft class as Nick Smith. So if we do want to bring him back, we will have the opportunity to do so. I'm giving them a second, but I'm getting a first round pick. I actually feel like this is a very realistic trade that makes sense. Nick Smith Jr. has been a better shooter than Jordan Clarkson has, or close to it. So we're going to do this trade, and I don't know if Hawkins is going to play minutes for us. I think I was just like, I wanted to get that first round pick. I think it doesn't hurt to give him like 8 minutes a night, something like that for the rest of the year. I can go a little bit more to T-John Salon, a little bit more to Dalton Connect and VJ Edgecombe, but I accumulated a draft pick, which I think is still good for us since we lost a bunch in the offseason when we traded up from 3 to 2 to take Cameron Boozer. So Luka goes back to back with MVP awards. AJ Dubance, the #1 overall pick to the Portland Trailblazers, takes home Rookie of the Year. Jaden Ivey, 6th Man of the Year in Dallas. Wemby, Depoy, Jeremiah Fears wins Most Improved in Brooklyn, Maxi Clutch Player of the Year, and Darko Rajakovic is your Coach of the Year. Cooper Flagg on All-NBA first team in year number 2 with the Utah Jazz. Do we see? Nope, LaMelo Ball on second team, but LaMelo Ball does make All-NBA third team. 25, 4.4, and 8 assists a night. 48, 40, 85 splits as well. He was incredible for us this year yet again. And Cameron Boozer is on all rookie first team. So the Charlotte Hornets did not get a top 6 spot in the Eastern Conference. We did finish the year as the 8 seed. We're going to be going up in the first leg of the play-in. We could not get above 500, but we did have our best record since that 2022 season. 39-43, 8 more wins than what we had last year. And we're starting to figure out the identity of this team a little bit more. I think we have our big 3. I think we even consider this a big 4 going forward. I think we're going to have a big question with Connect. Is he going to be worth a nice extension at 26 years old? We'll see. Trey Mann also has 1 year left on that extension after this year as well. T-John Salon, what is his role on this team? He could be a restricted free agent next year as well. What is the center situation going to look like going forward? So for this playing tournament game, I'm not going to play Jordan Hawkins. We're going to go about 38 minutes to LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller. I'm going to go 30 minutes to Cameron Boozer. And then if we're going to be taking on the Indiana Pacers, are we going up against Nick Smith Jr.? Yep. So how did he shoot for them? Ooh, he struggled in Indiana. So maybe we won that trade. So we got to go to Indiana. We got to win. And if we do so, we'd become the 7th seed here in the 2027 playoffs. We are currently down by 10 in the third quarter. We are down by 9 entering the fourth, but we're down by 16. It's going to be too little, too late. And we are going to lose by 18, which is unfortunate. Brandon Miller, 4 of 16 from the field, 1 of 7 from 3. LaMelo shot 1 of 8 from 3 as well. So we're taking on the New York Knicks in the second leg of the play-in. They now have Pascal Siakam. It looks like there was like a Siakam for OG and Anunoby trade maybe at one point. So let's see if we're able to beat them at home and advance to the playoffs as an 8 seed. If not, we are going to be picking in the lottery, but we are up by a decent amount right now as long as we don't choke it in the fourth quarter. And we are going to be playing playoff basketball for the first time since like 2016. LaMelo and Brandon Miller combined for 60 points. And we are going to be taking on, let's see, the Toronto Raptors in round number 1. Now, if you watched my Toronto Raptors rebuild with Brandon Ingram, you know this team plays very well in the regular season and they get bounced in round 1 sometimes. Let's hope that we're on the other end of that. We do lose game 1 by 53 points. All right, not great. LaMelo Ball goes 3 of 11 from the field. Edgecombe 4 of 13. Brandon Miller 5 of 16. Game number 2 goes to the Charlotte Hornets. We win 116-113. Brandon Miller and Cameron Boozer combined for 52. 22 and 10 for LaMelo Ball. 10 rebounds for Mitchell Robinson. All right, there we go. So we split the 2 in Toronto, and we win game 3. So they beat us by 53 points in game 1, and then we win 2 in a row. Game number 4 goes to the Charlotte Hornets, 130-124, and we are 1 game away from pulling off the 8-seeded upset. I could have expected that just because the Raptors is a 1 seed, and 2K tends to have them lose for whatever reason. All right, 3-2 though. If we do lose this game and it goes to a game 7, you never know, and they can come back down 3-1. Let's hope that we can win at home. This is a back and forth game number 6 so far. Very high scoring third quarter, and then we just suck in the fourth quarter. Damn. They outscore us 52-30. We give up 52 points in 1 quarter. That's crazy. And yep, we're going to a game 7. Here we go, game 7 up in Toronto. Let's see, are they going to come back down 3-1? Are we going to even put up a fight, or are we going to lay down in this one? We are down by 6 with 10 minutes to go. We're down by 8. Come on. Down by 11. Down by 16. Damn, we get outscored 39-26 in the fourth quarter. We lose by 17 after getting outscored by 13 in the fourth, and they come back down 3-1. That is embarrassing. That really is. Trey Mann goes 4 of 13. LaMelo Ball, when it mattered the most, goes 3 of 15. He was abysmal in round number 1. 1 of 9 from 3. That's just not where we wanted to be. Brandon Miller was fine in round 1. Cameron Boozer was really good. LaMelo, supposed to be our top guy, really struggled with his shot. Edgecombe struggled with his shot as well. But you know what? It's like the first playoff series for basically everybody on this team outside of like Mitchell Robinson. So I'm fine with what ended up happening, but I would have liked to, won that series if we were up 3-1. And Anthony Davis gets a ring. Him and the Dallas Mavericks end up sweeping the Orlando Magic. All right, so Kevin Durant retires with the Detroit Pistons. All right, he got to play with Cade before he retired. There goes Steph, Vucevic, Middleton, Draymond Green. Marcus Smart went back to Memphis. Tibbs retires as well. It would have been cool to try to get Steph to play here before he retired, but obviously we weren't able to pull that off. The Bulls there aren't going to get Miami's pick because that is water protected, but that's going to become a very valuable unprotected pick next year, and that is from the trade down we made with them last year. So the Jazz get the number 1 overall pick to pair up with Cooper Flagg there in Utah. Sacramento at 2, New Orleans at number 3. We do own Dallas's pick, but it's all the way there at 30. We own OKC's pick as well. It's there at 25, and we do own our pick as well at 15. So we have 3 first-round picks, 15, 25, and 30. All right, so we drafted all 3 first-round picks here. I got Daniel Jacobson, who is a current freshman at Purdue. He's like another 7-foot giant. Was supposed to be ED 2.0 this year, but he did suffer an injury. We took Kyan Anthony, the son of Carmelo Anthony at 25, and Trent Perry, a wing from Texas there at 30. So we're going to sign all these guys. Connect, Edgecombe, and Tijon Salon, welcome back. We're going to sign all 3 of those guys as well. We're going to offer the qualifying offers to Richardson, Miller, and Noah Penda. I'm going to look to bring back Musa Daibedi. We're going to give him a 3-year deal. Grant Williams, for the veteran vibes guy, we are going to give him the minimum. And Brandon Miller, we're going to match whatever deal he gets. He gets a 3-year, $127 million offer from the Warriors. We are going to match that as well. I guess since I traded for Jordan Hawkins, maybe I don't get his bird rights, so he's most likely going to leave us. I mean, we can give him, like, our mid-level exception, but we do actually have cap space. So I don't know. I think he's probably going to walk. Yeah, I don't think I can afford Jordan Hawkins, so he is going to be gone. So Nikola Jokic is going to be replacing Steph Curry as the top star in Golden State. Jalen Green is going to the Clippers. RJ Barrett joining Jokic to the Golden State Warriors. And we do get Richardson, Penda back on the QOs, but not Jordan Hawkins. LaMelo Ball regresses a little bit. Okay, Brandon Miller's up to an 89. Boozer's up to an 87. I think we're going to have a big decision to make at the end of the year with Trey Mann becoming an unrestricted free agent and Dalton Connect becoming a restricted free agent. I think we're going to have to decide between one of them. I'm going to see about Tijon Salon in a few days if I can get him back on a well below market value extension just because he hasn't proven too much yet. And let's see if I did want to bring back Tijon Salon. Oh my God. Yeah, not happening. Not giving you that much money. I would have given you like $8 million a year. Trey Mann at about $17 million a year. Connect. I mean, that's not bad for Dalton Connect. So maybe I ink him up on that extension right now and Trey Mann doesn't make it. So let's do something like that. It's going to be basically $35 million. So $70 million over 4 years. I like that. Takes him to his age 30 season. So Connect, welcome back to Charlotte. And I do need to release somebody before the season starts. I think it is going to be either Noah Pender or Jace Richardson. It's probably going to be Jace Richardson. I was going to hope he was going to work out. He was the 35th pick back in the 25 draft, but he just ended up never really getting the chance. Damian Lillard is retiring at the end of the year. We're going to have LaMelo, Edgecombe, Miller, Boozer, and Mitch Robb. Connect, I guess since I paid him, I should make him like the full-on 6th man. He's going to get around 26 minutes a night. We can go 27 to Mitch Robb. I don't know if I'm going to play like Daniel Jacobson or anybody there just yet. We're going to go 36 to LaMelo and Brandon Miller. 34 to Boozer's fine with me. And we'll go 30 to VJ Edgecombe. Under Charles Lee, we are 3.5-star balanced. I'm hoping this could be the first time that we kind of do something in the playoffs this year after we had a round 1 exit last year. Our offense looks great out of the gate, but our defense definitely not looking too good right now as we've given up over 129 points in the first 3 games, but then we have a nice blowout victory against the Washington Wizards. All right, so we are 28-23 here at the trade deadline. We were, I believe, 27-23 last year, so we haven't really taken that leap internally that I was hoping that we were going to. So I wonder if this team does need to make maybe another step going forward to reach a new tier. But Edgecombe is becoming the player that I really expected him to be. 2 stocks a night, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, about 16 points, 48, 35, 88 splits. Connect, 52, 44, 84 splits. He has been a sharpshooter for us off the bench. I like the Boozer, LaMelo, and Brandon Miller. Big three, and Brandon Miller has now surpassed LaMelo Ball as the top scorer on this team. I mean, Trey Mann is 51, 41, 94 off the bench. Tidjane Salaam, not really hitting that efficiency stride that I would have liked for him to. All right, I'm going to be doing this trade with the Houston Rockets. They're going to be banking on Tidjane Salaam's development for them. We're going to be getting Keegan Murray, who's shooting 47% from the field and 40% from three for the Houston Rockets. And I'm getting their 2030 top 5 protected first round pick. I'm throwing a second in this deal. And yeah, I think Murray's going to cost me half of what Salaam is basically looking for in free agency. So we're going to chalk up the Salaam draft pick in the 2024 draft as not a win and something that didn't work out for this team. So Wemby wins MVP here in 28. Tyron Stokes, the #1 overall pick, is your rookie of the year. Him teaming up with Cooper Flagg's pretty fun. Both those guys went to Duke. You got Trae Young, 6th man of the year, I guess behind Ja Morant in Memphis. Darren Peterson, most improved, probably should be a Chicago Bull. And Taylor Jenkins replaced Pop after his retirement and won Coach of the Year for the Spurs. Shout out to Josh Giddey, really making his name for himself over there in LA. We had Cameron Boozer on All-NBA second team. Not Brandon Miller, not LaMelo Ball. We did get LaMelo Ball on All-NBA third team, so maybe Brandon Miller was snubbed from it this year, but we have 3, I think, borderline top 15 guys in the league. I mean, we have a top 10 guy in the league in Boozer, top 15 in LaMelo Ball. I feel like this team can try to go on a run right now. We have a top 10 defender in the sport in Cameron Boozer, who was on all defensive second team. And we did finish the season as the 2 seed. Look at that. We had a nice second half. After the trade deadline, we finished with a 49-33 record, which is the best record for the Charlotte Hornets in a while, since basically 2016, and it is the best record since 05, at least at the minimum. So yeah, this was a very good year for the Charlotte Hornets. We just beat out the Orlando Magic. We edged them out for the 2 seed, and we finished with a 3.7 point differential. Brandon Miller, 23.5 points, LaMelo 21, and Cameron Boozer 20 points. Edgecombe, like I said, great connecting piece all video, and he's finally becoming a plus 3-point shooter for this team. So to figure out this playoff rotation, I think we're going to stick with the 9-man. I like Moussa Dembele and Mitchell Robinson, honestly, like splitting the minutes between each other for the center spot. I think Keegan Murray can give me like a good, efficient 15 minutes a night. Same with Trey Mann. We're going to go 26 to Delta Connect. That's fine. I would like to go 38 to LaMelo, 38 to we'll go 36 to Miller, 36 to Boozer, and 32 to Edgecombe. And we're taking on the New York Knicks in round #1, a team we did beat in the playing tournament last year. They got Peterson and Jalen Brunson in that backcourt. Game #1 goes to the New York Knicks. They win 138-129. Brandon Miller dropping 26, LaMelo dropping 21, but they steal a game from us. All right, by 1, or what was it, by 1 point? No, excuse me, by 9 points. Game #2, we ended up blowing them out. LaMelo with 33, Boozer with a nice double-double. Let's take game 3, please. There we go. We win game 3, 155-130. LaMelo and Brandon Miller. Just how many years of this duo have we gone so far? 5 years of this duo now. They go off in game #3. Game 4 goes to the Charlotte Hornets. We win by 1. Oh my God, we almost choked it away in the 4th quarter. LaMelo goes 0 of 7 from 3. Wow. The backcourt went 0 of 12 from 3. Game #5 goes to the Charlotte Hornets. 139-123. LaMelo with 32 and 9. Boozer with 23, 10 and 9. And we are going to get the round 1 series dub. They win game 1, and then we won 4 in a row. Shout out to the big 3 of Boozer, Brandon Miller, and LaMelo. All right, so we're taking on the Orlando Magic, a team that I believe was in the NBA Finals last year. Suggs, Harrelson, Franz, Paolo, and Kyle Filipowski. They got G.G. Jackson off the bench as well. Anthony Black is still there. We win game 1. We have 2 really good Southeast Division teams here going out against each other with 2 good young cores. Game 2 goes to the Orlando Magic. We gave up 141. Only scored 133. Game 3 goes to the Orlando Magic. They won this one by 4 in overtime. Damn. Cameron Boozer had a triple-double. Mitchell Robinson had a double-double, but was not enough. Damn. We lose game 4. So we're down 3-1. G.G. Jackson is just turning into prime LeBron against us. Drops 35. Game #5 goes to the Magic. Damn. So we won game 1 like we did, like the Knicks did in round 1, and then we basically pulled what the Knicks did in round 1. The opposing team won 4 in a row. Damn. All right, well, I guess it's a little disappointing. I mean, this season was very good. We were a 2 seed. We won a playoff series, but we did lose to the next best team there at #3. So let's see who makes it to the NBA Finals. So the Raptors make it when they're an 8 seed, but they had no chance when they were the 1 seed, I guess. So you have the Raptors and the Thunder in the finals, and the Raptors win it all. They got Dylan Harper, and he ends up getting Finals MVP. Would you look at that? Did we pass up on Dylan? No, I think Dylan Harper actually went 2. Did we have pick 3? Now I'm forgetting. Dylan Harper ended up going number 4, actually. So yeah, we did pass up on Dylan Harper for VJ Edgecombe, which is fine. I don't regret it yet. All right, so the lottery, the Sixers via the Clippers from the James Harden trade get the number 1 overall pick. The Bulls there at 6 with that Miami pick, we traded them. So Chicago has 5 via Atlanta, 6 via Miami, and they have their pick at 11. We have the Pacers pick at 19 from the Nick Smith Jr. trade. We have pick 23, which is our pick, and then we have the Lakers pick at 26 from the Mark Williams trade back in year number 1. Charles Lee is a free agent. I think I'm going to bring him back. I'm fine with trying to win with him as our head coach for now. So LaMelo does have an extension due this offseason. We'll see if we're going to re-sign him. I'm sure we will. I don't think it would be smart to let him walk. One player I'm going to try to trade for, though, I'm going to try to upgrade the center position. I want to see if I can go from Mitchell Robinson to Jarrett Allen. I think we can get there financially. I don't want to trade away. I really don't want to trade away Keegan Murray, but I may have to just because I don't have like a Trey Mann contract to move right now. I don't know if we can get there. Like Trent Perry doesn't help me get there. I mean, I could probably do Musa Diabaté. That helps me get there. And then we'd have Jarrett Allen and Daniel Jacobson. So I'm giving them 2 centers and Trent Perry, who was a first-round wing last year with the 30th pick. I would give them 32 and I would give them 26. So yeah, they get 2 top 32 picks. They get 2 centers. And they get Trent Perry for somebody that could be a free agent. I think they were going to accept this. And they say no, actually. What about if I throw in another first-round pick? They say yes to that. Okay, they wanted the additional first, and they got it. So Jarrett Allen, welcome to the Charlotte Hornets. Him and Cameron Boozer as the front court, and I got to keep Keegan Murray and all of that. So the number 1 pick was Sebastian Griffin out of Memphis, a wing. I'm going to the Sixers. We got Herbert Caffey here from Florida State, a 20-year-old point guard. We are going to pick up the options on Caden Boozer, Cameron Boozer, and VJ Edgecombe. I am going to give Trey Mann a 2-year extension, though, at about $18 million. Veteran vibes guy, welcome back in Grant Williams and Noah Penda. If he takes the QO, that's fine. All right, we are going to get Noah Penda back on the QO. He's just going to be collecting a paycheck from us. We have the big 3 of LaMelo, Boozer, and Miller, all above 90 overall. There's Allen, Edgecombe, Connect, Mann, Murray, Kai and Anthony going up a decent amount. And Daniel Jacobson is going to be the backup center behind Jarrett Allen. And we are going to ink up LaMelo Ball in a massive extension, 5 years, $250+ million. Also going to ink up Jarrett Allen on an extension as well. It's going to be 3 years at $90 million. So yeah, this team's starting to get very expensive. VJ Edgecombe's about to get an extension. Cameron Boozer is going to get an extension in a year from now as well. I'd like to win in this window. So I don't know if Kai and Anthony is going to crack the rotation. Sadly, I think we're going to have Daniel Jacobson just be the 9th man. He's going to get like 12 minutes a night as the backup 5. Keegan Murray, about 17 minutes a night with Trey Mann. And then we're going to do about 25 minutes a night to Delta Connect. Let's go 30 to Allen, 35 to Boozer, 35 to Miller, 35 to LaMelo Ball. Let's go about 33 to Edgecombe. And I got 1 more minute. We can give it to Daniel Jacobson. System proficiency is 4-star balanced under Charles Lee. We start off the season with a game against a division rival, the Miami Heat. And we are going to lose by 3, but then we beat Philadelphia. We beat Dallas. Both those games were within 10 points of a win. All right, so Wemby wins MVP. Jackson Richardson is your rookie of the year. He was drafted a little bit ago. Kobe Pete, 6th man of the year. Wemby Depoy. Rocco, that's supposed to be Rocco Zikarsky, most improved. And we got Cameron Boozer as a top 5 player in the NBA. In year number 3, he puts up 24 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 3.6 stocks a night, 50, 41, 85 splits. I think we could win it all this year. I really do. We don't get a LaMelo Ball or a Brandon Miller on an All-NBA team either, but Cameron Boozer is a top 5 player, top 5 defender. The dude is an absolute stud. And we finished the year as the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're taking on the Boston Celtics, Charles Lee's old team. In round number 1, we finished with the same record as the Detroit Pistons, but we did have the best point differential in the Eastern Conference, the 3rd best in the NBA. The Celtics went 39-43. Funny enough, they had Damian Lillard. They got Thomas Sorber out of Georgetown, which is kind of nice. And looking at the stats, we had 3 20-point per game scorers with Boozer, LaMelo, and Brandon Miller all hitting that threshold. Edgecombe's 3-point shot was down a little bit this year, but is averaging career high in steals. There's Delta Connect, another year, 40+% from 3 and 48+% from the field. There's Jarrett Allen. There's Keegan Murray, shot 37% from 3. Trey Mann, and the backup big Daniel Jacobson. All right, and for the rotation, I obviously want to play like the core 4 a decent amount. So I'm going to go 15 to Murray. I think I'm going to go 15 to Mann. 13, I think to Jacobson is fine. Connect can get about 24 minutes a night. I want to go 37 to Boozer, 37 to Miller. I think 30, we could do 36 to LaMelo. Or excuse me, 37 to LaMelo, 36 to Miller. So we're taking on Boston in round 1. They win game 1. Oh, that's not great. By 4 in overtime. Cameron Boozer had a 26-point triple-double. Tatum had 29. Thomas Sorber had 22 and 3 blocks. He had a really good game. Game 2 goes to Boston. Jeez, they won by 6. Oh my god. Come on, man. Connect just forgets how to shoot. All NBA first team Cameron Boozer also, I guess, forgets how to shoot. Let's see what happened. Oh my god, we're down 3-0. I hate you so much, 2K. Why make me the 1 seed? And then everybody's going to forget how to shoot. Edgecombe with just like a stinker here in game 3. All right, put me out of my misery. Game 4. We do win. Woohoo. 164-147. LaMelo with 39 and 13. There's Edgecombe, Boozer, Brandon Miller at 29 and 10. Game 5. I hate this game, man. I hate this game. How the I'm going to crash out. I'm going to crash out. Oh, my God. We lose it in 5 games to an 8 seed. Why make me the 1 seed if I'm just going to have a non-competitive round 1 series with 3 elite players? Oh my god. All right, well, on to the offseason again. You have the Warriors and the Cavs, so some things just never change. The Cavs make it without Jared Allen, but they do lose to Nikola Jokic and the Warriors. Jimmy Butler, Kyrie Irving, Damian Lillard, Gobert all retire. Dame and Kyrie head into the Hall of Fame. There's a chance I would fire Charles Lee at this moment after losing in round 1, but I'm going to keep him for at least 1 more year. I'm going to look to improve the bench defense. I'm going to trade away Trey Mann's expiring deal, our first round pick in this draft, which is like 28 and 32. For Peyton Watson from the Denver Nuggets to get some more swingman defense. We drafted Blake Harper here with the 34th pick. The number 1 pick was Jeb Tyndale going to the Washington Wizards. Max Forte going to the Toronto Raptors. We're going to pick up the team options on Boozer, Anthony, Boozer, and Jacobson. Edgecombe is going to get the qualifying offer. I'm not paying Noah Penda anymore to not play for us. We are going to give Keegan Murray 2 years, 24. I'm going to give Grant Williams the veteran vibe guy contract. And we are going to lock up VJ Edgecombe on a new extension, and that is going to be 5 years, $155 million. Noah Penda still somehow finds a way back on this team every year. 390 overalls and 88, 87. Oh my god, man. This team should be so good, but it's just not performing right now. So Cameron Boozer wins MVP. We just had the best player in the NBA. And if I'm a first round exit with all that, I'm going to be very upset. We do get Coach of the Year as well in Charles Lee. Obviously, Cameron Boozer, who won MVP, is going to be on all NBA first team. I mean, the player the Bulls traded down for in the 26th draft, JQ, has turned into a very good player. All NBA third team, all defensive first team. We did end as the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Oh boy, here we go again. We're taking on the Boston Celtics, an 8 seed. Deja vu. 63 wins. How many more wins did we have than Boston? We had 26 more wins than the Boston Celtics with an 11.4 point differential, and this team is made to win right now. It really should. Even Peyton Watson shot 36% from 3 for us this season. Dalton Connect 50-41-89 splits. He was very close to the 50-40-90 season, and Caden Boozer was a good backup point guard as well. So I don't know, like, I don't think Peyton Watson and Keegan Murray to get a ton of minutes. Like, I may go 4 guys off the bench, just getting 10 minutes between Jacobson, Boozer, Watson, and Keegan Murray. We're going to go about 26 to Dalton Connect, 30 to Jared Allen, 37 to Cameron Boozer, 35 to Brandon Miller, 36 to Miller, 36 to LaMelo, and let's go 35 to Edgecombe. All right, please beat Boston. Please beat the Jays. They have Scottie Pippen Jr. and Derek White in the backcourt. They got KP and Thomas Sorber. Game 1 goes to Charlotte. Hey, we beat them in game 1. I'm pretty sure they beat us in game 1 last year. We win game 2. We lose game 3. Win game 4. Do not blow a 3-1 lead. Thank you. We advanced. We beat them in 5. And we had Cameron Boozer put up 29 points. Edgecombe put up 23.8. So the big 4 getting it done. All right, so we're taking on the Detroit Pistons here. Cade, Desmond Bane, Jalen Wells, Asura Thompson, and Jalen Duren. You have a bench unit of Marcus Sasser, Chidi Waba. You have Lonzo Ball and Tyler Kolek. So a lot of guards coming off the bench. Charlotte versus Detroit. Let's see what happens. We win game 1. I mean, I am scared of Cade Cunningham. He balls out. Game number 2 goes to Charlotte. Cameron Boozer drops 37. He's on a insane playoff run. Let's win game 3. We lose game 3. We win game 4. We lose game 5. But we win game 6. And we are in the Eastern Conference Finals. We're going to be taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Cameron Boozer dropped 30, 10, and 6.5. And we're taking on Philadelphia, who no longer has Joel Embiid. They have Maxey and McCain in the backcourt. They have a former number 1 overall pick, Sebastian Griffin, David Roddy, Isaiah Hartenstein, Caleb Gaskins, Ida Sumu, Michael Murrison, and Colby Jones. Wow, so you have a 1 versus 7 seed and a 7 versus 8 seed. We are by far and away the best seed remaining. And we lose game 1 to Philadelphia by 7. Oh my God, if I lose to a 7-seeded Sixers team. We do win game 2. We blow them out. Don't lose game 3. Thank you. We win game 3, 112, 108. Come on, win game 4. Let's take care of them as we should. Let's go. We go up 3-1. We win 135, 109. Do not let them come back down 3-1. There we go. We're in the NBA Finals. Jaden Hardy, Western Conference Finals MVP, and Cameron Boozer in the East. These 7-seeded Mavericks swept the 8-seeded Warriors. So yeah, we're going up against the 7th seed. We beat a 7th seed in the ECF, 7th seed in the NBA Finals. Game 1 goes to Charlotte. We win 137, 103. Maybe we're getting matched up with a very nice playoff run. But hey, we do lose game 2. They have Anthony Davis still at 37 years old, who's not performing all that well. And they win game 3. Oh my God, they blow us out. Okay, Jaden Hardy is just turning into like the best player in the NBA. Please do not lose game 4. On the road though, oh my God. It's just like, I feel like we're so much better than this team and we're going to be down 3-1. So annoying. All right. Jaden Hardy dropping 50. What? Where is this coming from? All right, I guess here goes nothing. Can we come back down 3-1? At least we're home for game 4. Like, I'm confident we can win this one. It's just that game 5, or excuse me, this is game 5, but that game 6 on the road is going to be tough. So we blow them out. All right, I think like as we should. I feel like our roster is so much better than theirs. Cameron Boozer drops 35. Jaden Hardy, 6-16 from the field. Game number 6. This is the tough one in Dallas. We got to beat them in Dallas and then go back to Charlotte for game 7. Then I feel comfortable about that. We have a terrible second quarter, but a good first, a good third. Don't choke this 13-point lead in the 4th, and we are going to be forced into game 7. Thank God. All right, we won by 25. Here we go. Game 7 of the 2030 NBA Finals. Can we win this one? Or is this team about to just tease me on the 3-1 comeback? Oh my God, it's looking good. All right. Yep. Wow. They didn't even show up. 125-72 here in the 4th quarter. We are up by 64 points. Jared Allen's got 13 points in this one. 19, 8, and 8 for Edgecombe. Lamelo's got 19. I mean, we got 138 points in this game. Brandon Miller's got 22. Boozer's got a 28-point triple-double. I guess we ended Jaden Hardy's insanity run. I don't know, but I'll take it. Edgecombe stayed in front of Daniels. Gafford there. That's going to be no good. Boozer picks up rebound number 13. Kick it up to LaMelo Ball. Can we get around? Jared Allen. Easy. Oh, why'd you just stop running, dude? LaMelo Ball. Let's see what we can do with the screen. Step back jumper. That is no good. So we even got Noah Penda. We got Grant Williams getting NBA Finals minutes. Keegan Murray's out there with Caden Boozer as well. Caden Boozer tries to get involved. He's going to miss that 3. Grant could not get the rebound over his former team. And the Charlotte Hornets are going to win the 2030 NBA Finals. We blow them out by 63 points in game number 7. We complete the 3-1 comeback. The fact that we were even down 3-1 to that Dallas Mavericks team makes no sense. So Dalton Connect gets his first ring. Peyton Watson, LaMelo, Miller, Cameron Boozer. Basically everybody on this team gets their first ring. Even Grant Williams, who was not on the Boston team in 2024, he gets his first ring as well. And there we go. I don't even know who that is holding up the trophy. I don't think that's Caden Boozer. I mean, it could be Caden Boozer or it's like Noah Penda. And there's Cameron Boozer getting Finals MVP. That was a great trade up by us. Cameron Boozer averaged 28, 11, and 6 and gets Finals MVP. Very deserving, and I'm glad we were able to win a ring here with LaMelo Ball. I thought there was a chance I was going to have to maybe trade LaMelo Ball, and we won it with Brandon Miller as well. And that is going to be it for me. I hope you guys did enjoy this rebuild. If you did, I'd appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. Let me know what you think the Charlotte Hornets can do going forward. Now that this Mark Williams Dalton Connect trade ended up getting canceled, let me know down below. Hit that subscribe button if you guys not already, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.